Oh, help me, Holy Ghost. I'm trying to hold back. I'm getting ready. Just what? Just what? Because God says to the man, my voice will speak to you in the place of order. And so God will not speak to the man in the wilderness. God's voice is not moving in the jungle. His voice is not moving in the chaos. God said, I will speak to you in the place of order. And his first conversation with them is about dominion. You have to read it for yourself. You know, when you read Genesis 1, 26, 27, you have to, and 28 there, you have to see that dominion, the way that it's listed is very important. The dominion is over fish of the sea, fowl of the air. It's over those levels. Watch this now. But the word subdue that we quote so many times, where God said to them, be fruitful, multiply. Watch what it says, replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over fish of the sea, fowl of the air, beasts of the... What? Watch me. So there is a difference between what I subdue and what I have dominion over. Y'all gonna catch me in a minute. Because I have dominion over all of these living things. But I have to subdue it, the earth. So we spend so much time thinking that we are called just to have dominion over the devil, but the devil is not mentioned here. I ain't gonna get no help, but we have dominion because the devil has been defeated. I got all that. I got that. I got that. I got that. Do you understand me? Okay, I got that. But you got to read it now, because there's an order to it. Watch this. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and subdue the earth. The understanding is that these are not four adjectives describing one thing, but it is an order. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and subdue the earth. Watch. The understanding of subdue has to do with redirecting the resources of the earth. It means to lean into the chaos and bring it by force into order. Did you hear me? It means to lean. Come on, everybody just lean one time. Come on, just lean. It means to lean into the chaos and bring it by force into order. Now, the order becomes clear then. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and subdue. Now, the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. And he began to deceive mankind. I don't have time to work all that out. The point becomes that when they lost their connection to the voice of God, they lost their power to deal with chaos. Therefore, we begin to see then that they don't have the power because they don't have a voice. Because the fruit of hearing is faith. The fruit of faith is order. The fruit of order is blessing. And when I lose my connection to the place of the voice, I lose my power to deal with chaos. So they begin to leave the garden. By the time you get to Genesis 4, now we have what is referred to as the initial conflict. We have Cain and Abel. Watch me. Cain and Abel. And now chaos has invaded the first family. Chaos has invaded the family. Why? Because they skipped a step. They went into multiplying. But he told them, no, be fruitful, then multiply. No. Otherwise, you will begin to multiply your unfruitfulness. You have to start with a pattern. Yeah. You got to start with what you want to reproduce. You become fruitful, then you multiply your fruitfulness. Anybody here ever multiplied your unfruitfulness? You did something wrong and then you just kept multiplying your mistakes over and over because you thought that you could deal with your unfruitfulness. But the order is to begin and prove yourself faithful and fruitful and then take what you want, because the seed of everything is in itself, and if you can do it once, you can do it again. If you can succeed one time, you can succeed again. You can take the seed and you can multiply it. And through your multiplication, you can replenish. And through your combined efforts, you can lean into the chaos and bring it into order. So God incentivizes cooperation, collaboration, and communication. He says, I'm not giving you everything you need by yourself. You're going to have to multiply. As to one, he gives this. To another, he gives that. To another, he said, because let them have dominion. And if you multiply, you can replenish, because you will give birth to something that has something that you don't have. And then together, you two are better than one. Then three, and one can put, and then you start together, you can lean into the chaos, taking the power of the seed and sowing it into chaos and believing that the seed will overcome its environment. Somebody say, I hear you. So they multiply their unfruitfulness. And so now chaos begins to rule. And the earth is not subdued. The earth and chaos is pushing against man. Right. And by the time we get to Genesis 6, that's why it begins this way. And it came to pass when men began to multiply upon the face of the earth. They weren't fruitful. They were just multiplying their unfruitfulness. And they kept multiplying their unfruitfulness until violence filled the land, until chaos was ruling, and the thought and the intent of every person's heart was upon evil. And God said, guess what's going to happen? Now the earth is going to dominate you. The earth is going to come at you. Chaos is about ready to rule. So if I am to preserve a seed, then I've got to find a man of order. I've got to find somebody that I can speak to. And therefore he speaks to a man by the name of Noah, who is a man of order and builds something of order in the midst of chaos. He hears a voice and produces order, and his family follows him into the ark, so that as the earth opens up and the heavens open up and chaos begins to prevail against mankind, he is able to rise above and subdue the chaos, because he can lean into it, trusting that he has built something by faith.